Today, we're diving into one of the most profound and honestly kind of mind bending aspirations you'll find anywhere in Buddhist scripture: the great vows of Manjushri, the bodhisattva of wisdom. Now, a bodhisattva is a being who puts their own Buddhahood on pause out of this incredible compassion to help everyone else get enlightened first. But Manjushri's vows, they're not just promises, they're like the architectural blueprint for an entirely new reality.
Okay, so here's the big question, the central puzzle, really. We're told Manjushri has already perfected everything. He's mastered all the stages. He has all the powers of a Buddha. He is standing right at the finish line of enlightenment. So, why doesn't he just take that final step? Why wait?
To get his choice, we've got to wrap our heads around his perspective on a huge concept: perfection. And you know what? It's probably not what you think it is.
Manjushri's explanation here is just fascinating. He says perfection isn't something you get or add to yourself. It's when you realize what's already complete. He compares it to space. I mean, think about it. You can't add more space to space, right? And you can't take any away. It just is. True perfection for him is seeing that fundamental, unchanging equality in everything.
So if everything is already perfect in its essence, then the goal can't be about achieving some personal perfection for himself. His path completely shifts from a personal quest to a universal promise. His focus isn't on himself anymore. It's on a vow so huge it includes every single being in the entire universe.
And that brings us to the vow itself. This is the bedrock of everything he's building. This is the absolute core of his motivation. Just let that sink in for a second. He's basically saying, I will not become a Buddha until every single being I can possibly reach becomes a Buddha first. He puts his own final enlightenment on hold for who knows how long for the sake of everyone else. I mean, can you even imagine that level of compassion, that kind of patience?
So, when we talk about how many Buddhas he vows to guide, we're not just talking about a big number. It's functionally infinite. We're talking about beings across countless worlds over a period of time the sutra describes with words that are basically just placeholders for forever. It's truly on an unimaginable scale.
So, you make a vow like that. What happens? What's the result? Well, the sutra gives us this stunningly detailed blueprint for the Buddha field that will one day come into being. A world literally decorated and perfected by this one immense aspiration. First up, let's talk about who lives there. In this world, everyone, and I mean everyone, is a pure bodhisattva the moment they appear. They're just born spontaneously, fully formed, already in robes and sitting in meditation. There are no gender distinctions, no side quests or lesser paths. It's just a direct highway to Buddhahood for all. Daily life is completely different. Their main food is joy in the Dharma. But get this, if the thought of eating even crosses their mind, a bowl filled with 100 amazing flavors just appears in their hand. And here's the crucial part. Their very first instinct is to use their powers to offer that food to all the Buddhas and feed every hungry being in the universe before they even think about eating it themselves. Generosity is literally built into their DNA. The world itself is just a reflection of this inner purity. There's no sun, no moon. Why? Because the light radiating from the bodhisattvas themselves illuminates everything for billions of miles. Day and night aren't marked by a clock. They're marked by the gentle opening and closing of flowers. It's a world with absolutely no suffering, no hardship, no getting old, no sickness, no death. Now, an incredible world like this and the Buddha who will lead it, well, they have very specific names that tell us everything we need to know. Manjushri's future name as a Buddha will be Pu Jian, or Universal Vision, and it's for a very literal reason. His form will be visible to beings in countless worlds all at the same time. Just seeing him or even hearing his name is said to guarantee your own enlightenment. And his world's name, it's just as direct, the pure and perfect land formed by the accumulation of vows. The world is the result of his promises made real. Okay, to really get a sense of the sheer scale we're talking about here, the sutra gives us this this absolutely staggering comparison.
A bodhisattva in the audience asks the Buddha a question that you might be wondering too, especially if you know about Amitabha's famous Pure Land. He asks, how does Manjushri's future world stack up against that one, which is already famous for being amazing? The Buddha's answer is so poetic and just so powerful. He says, imagine taking one single drop of water from the vast ocean. That one drop, that's like the magnificent qualities of Amitabha's Pure Land. And the entire rest of the ocean,
That represents the qualities of Universal Vision's land. And then he says, even that is an understatement.
Think about that. One drop versus the entire ocean. This isn't about putting down Amitabha's world at all. It's about illustrating the almost incomprehensible vastness of what Manjushri is creating, a reality born from a vow that literally includes everyone and everything.
So what's the ultimate takeaway from this cosmic story? What's the real power behind a vow of this magnitude?
The teaching here isn't just a travel guide to some far-off perfect world. It's not just a cool story to admire from a distance. The purpose is way more profound and way more personal than that.
What this story truly reveals is the ultimate creative power of our intention. It shows us that a vow, when it's held with an unshakable determination and boundless compassion, isn't just a thought. It's a force that can literally shape reality and build new worlds for the benefit of all.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? Manjushri's vow is a cosmic blueprint born from his deepest wish for others. So it makes you wonder, if your own deepest, most sincere wish had the power to shape a reality, to build a world, what would that world look like? What would its fundamental laws be? And who would it be for?